Hello. I'll wait for just a little while. This is going to be an interesting topic. Hey, Tiffany. How are you? I'm excited. I told you guys I was going to talk about the difference between a role and a duty. So that's what I'm doing today. And I'm going to be comparing it sort of like a job description. Good. I'm glad. And gel pens rolling everywhere. So I really wanted to do this topic because there are a lot of people who don't know the difference between a role and a duty. And this is very important in the level up because you have to know what your role is, what your duties are as a woman. But as always, your primary responsibility is always going to be to yourself. Even once you have children, they obviously become a primary responsibility as well. But you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of your kids, right? So you still have to make sure you're taking care of you. So I'll go ahead and get started. So a man's role is to protect and to provide, right? So that's his role just as a man in general. But within those roles, there are certain duties that he has to carry out. So some people, when they think about providing, they look at very minuscule tasks, right? Very menial things like, oh, he just has to pay for all of our dates. He doesn't have to take care of me and things of that nature. And often that comes from fear. So a woman is afraid to allow a man to provide for her, afraid to allow a man to take care of her because she feels like he's going to be controlling, or she feels like she's going to lose her sense of independence in that relationship. And that's just not how it works. You can only lose your independence if you choose to. And I've definitely been in a relationship where I was being provided for and I still did whatever I wanted to do. Like, he always wanted to hang out with me. He would go hang out with some of his married couple friends and he's like, oh, you know, the Johnsons asked about you. These people asked about you. I really want you to come out with me next time. And I'm like, because I'm a homebody. So I'm like, when I leave campus or leave my part-time job or whatever I'm doing, I don't want to hang out with you and your friends, but whatever. So I started going, but I made him give me an incentive. Like, look, okay, if we go out with them, take me out to eat first. Or, he would have to like promise me dinner afterwards or promise to buy me something or something like that. But you do whatever you want to do. And I think where some women go wrong, you forget that you are still the prize. You've grown so accustomed to dating men who do the bare minimum or absolutely nothing that when you meet someone who stands in his masculine energy, hey, Key. When you meet someone who stands in his masculine energy, you like almost forget that you're still the prize. I agree. Right, Tiffany. And it's like, that's easy to do. You want to sort of put him on a pedestal, but as soon as you start doing that, he's going to switch up. He's going to act different because now in his mind, you're not accustomed to that treatment. And if he feels like you're not accustomed to it and he decides to sort of take that back from you, he's like, well, how is she going to act if I take this away? If I take away the effort, if I take away the financial support, how is she going to act? Now, me, I'm going to block you. Okay, I don't play with men when it comes to money. If you tell me you're going to give me something and I don't get it, I'm not talking to you. And I'm not going to talk to you until you send it. Like, literally, I've heard you know, like Cash App, it sounds like someone's dropping change when you get a notification. So I'll hear that, check my phone. Oh, he sent it. Okay, boom. I'll go unblock him. Straight up, like I don't play with men. So protect and provide. Also within that, him providing, his duty is to provide for you completely if you all are in a relationship, or if he's your sugar daddy. If he's your sugar daddy, you're definitely not sleeping with this man. You owe him nothing but company, right? So you may spend some time with him. You may, you know, he may want to take you out to eat, show you off, take you on vacation, things of that nature, just so you can sit there and look beautiful and, you know, just be dolled up, right? And that's perfectly fine. But if you are in a relationship with a man, if you're taking yourself completely off the market, he has to be taking care of you. And if you're hanging out with an old man, he should be providing for you as well. Okay, unless you just enjoy the companionship of old men. But I don't like any old man that much except for my grandfather, where I'm just going to hang out with him. And even my grandfather is going to pay for my food. Like, come on. Pays for my food, gives me gas money. Like when I go see my grandfather, he takes good care of me. He's a provider, right? That's what men do. So keep that in mind. So those are his duties. In relation to protection, this means also protecting you against himself. So no man should be putting his hands on you. If he sees someone put their hands on you and he doesn't do anything about it, ew. Okay? If a man, let's say a man just picks an argument with you in the store, and if you're a high value woman, you're dressed feminine, he shouldn't do this. But let's just say, for instance, something were to happen in the store or in the parking lot, you say nothing. Allow that man to step up, okay? Don't jump into your masculine and start arguing back. Oh, you got me effed up. My man will do this and that. And it's just like, no, sis, just fall back, act scared, and look over at your boyfriend or whatever man you're with and wait on his response. Okay? He's supposed to protect you. You should never feel like you have to step up from under your feminine covering. This is what being feminine does for you. It protects you, right? So if you step out from under this feminine covering and go into your masculine, now you're just like this man and you guys are going to collide. You're going to bump heads, right? Opposites attract, not like and like. Okay? So keep that in mind. Women define their own roles. So for a woman, if you desire to cook, awesome. If you have a man that says, I will provide everything for you, but I just want to make sure that there's a meal on the table when I get home at night, Monday through Friday. Okay, great. So you take his money, you order some gourmet dishes, put it on a plate and call it a day. If you don't want to cook. Or you hire a private chef who can come into your home and cook. Or you can hire someone to do meal prep for you and freeze all of his meals so when he gets home, he can pop something in the microwave and call it a day. But you do what you want to do as a high value woman. You bring nothing to the table. No way should you think of marriage as, okay, well, he's going to pay for this and then I'm just going to be a stay-at-home wife and cooking and cleaning and slaving, because then you're not being who you want to be. Now, if you desire to be a homemaker, great. Just make sure you're keeping yourself up. Don't walk around the house in a bonnet, in house shoes, slipping and sliding all over the floor. Don't wear scarves. Don't wear sweatpants. Make sure you still have makeup on. I don't expect you to be like me and wear hats inside of the house. But if you're in the home, just make sure you still look very pretty and kept, right? So when he gets home, he can remember why he chose you to begin with. Because you're beautiful, because you're feminine, because you know your worth. And when you find times where you feel just burned out, give yourself a break. Let's say you want to cook 3 out of the 4 weeks, and then on the 4th week, you just want to go out to eat. Let him know that. Don't allow him to budge on taking you out to eat. That's one thing I've always kept true was, hey Jawan, was date night. So although this man is providing for me, that doesn't mean that we can't go out to eat anymore, or that I don't deserve food because, or, luxury because he's providing. I'm still your girlfriend. You're still my companion, right? Hey, Tasia. So that's still my companion, which means he's still going to be providing for me. Hey, Jade. So keep that in mind. Don't allow him, just because you live together and he's providing, don't say, oh, well, he's taking care of this and that, and I don't want to break his pockets. Like, no. He has a duty. And if you honestly feel that way, that he can't afford to take you both out to a nice dinner at least every 2 weeks, maybe you shouldn't be dating him. He doesn't have money to be in a committed relationship if he's not prepared to completely provide for you and then still be able to maintain the relationship. Even married couples go through that. Oh, he doesn't buy me flowers anymore. We don't go out on dates anymore. And typically these women are no longer leveled up, if they ever were. Their husbands are bored with them because of the way they carry themselves. They are used to the whole routine of, their lives, going to work, coming home, children, etc. And it's just no longer exciting for him. But just imagine if every time he came home, you were looking gorgeous. He had something new to look at, something refreshing. And then you let him know, babe, can we go to Ruth's Chris tomorrow night? I saw this new dish I really want to try. He's not going to tell you no. He's going to want to show you off, right? In addition to it, if your man says something to you about not walking out of the house looking a certain type of way, don't argue with him. Like, he's not saying it because he wants to control you. 9 times out of 10, he's saying it because it's going to draw a certain type of attention towards you that is not going to be good attention, right? And so I feel like sometimes we lose sight of that. Like, okay, he may not be trying to be controlling. Why is he asking me to do this? And you can even ask, well, babe, I really don't mind accepting that suggestion from you, but can you tell me why? And then allow him to explain it to you, and he should be able to give you an answer. You're right. We seem to forget once we get in a relationship, we have to keep up our looks. Absolutely. And to be completely honest with you, like I say this all the time, before I started wearing makeup, wearing dresses every day and things of that nature, I was very much so like a natural woman. Like, I still use natural skincare products. I eat clean, but my mentality now is that I always have to put my best foot forward. And essentially, men with means like to have a woman that looks good because you make him look good. You make him look wealthy. You make him look important. So while you're out with him, you have to continue to make him look wealthy and important. And while other men are, oh my gosh, this is your wife? Wow, she's beautiful. It just makes him look good and it makes him feel good. So it really strokes a man's ego for his woman to be sort of that medallion on his chain. You want to be like fine jewelry on his wrist. Okay, you're a charm. So this is why I don't recommend, especially if you're leveled up, you're beautiful. Why would you be dating a dusty? Like, he doesn't deserve that. He's not paying to keep up your lifestyle, so he doesn't deserve to be able to show you off. He just doesn't. Also, as I said, women, we define our own roles. So when you are in a relationship with someone, I don't expect you to take all of his, dress suggestions unless he's willing to take you shopping. Like, I'll be the first to admit, if my man says something like, oh, well, these are too short, this is too short, because I have long legs, like I'm tall. So a lot of things are going to look shorter on me than they would on other women because my legs are long. So I told him, like, if you want me to dress differently, buy me more clothes. So he took me shopping, So you have to have a man who has the money to be able to do that, because a Dusty, this is how you know if it's control. If he makes a suggestion for you to change something like your hair or your wardrobe and he's not willing to pay for it, that's control. Because he's saying, I want you to change this, but I'm not willing to pay to get it done for you. I don't mean it that much. It's basically like, no, you need to find a way to get this done for me. It's self-serving, right? But when he's willing to pay, it's like, I'm willing to make sure this gets done for you because I feel like it's going to help you grow. It's going to make a better woman out of you. So I don't mind putting money up to make sure you look nice and making that investment into you. So I hope that makes sense. And if they're not willing to pay, like, I won't listen at all. Like my ex, oh, why don't you ever get your nails done? Pay for my nails. I'd love to. So then he's paying for your nails, Another thing, if you're already a kept woman, like, you already get your nails and your feet done, don't ever ask a man for nail and hair money. Like, if he offers it to you, okay, great. But you should always set the bar higher. So let's say you're dating someone that you're not cohabitating with and he's like, oh, do you need anything? Say something like, oh yeah, I need money for my car payment, or I need money for rent. And then if you want to use that $700-800 to get your nails done, to make your wardrobe better, pamper yourself, then you can do that. But never, like, it's super ratchet to ask for nail and hair money. It's just cheap, and it makes a man think like, wow, you can't even pay for your nails and your hair. Also, don't ask for phone bill money. If you can't even keep your phone on, why would he want to date you? So always be self-sufficient, but as a feminine woman, also have expectations of who you're dating and make those expectations high, because that shows him that you're high value. Instead of him giving you, okay, this nail and hair money at first, and then later on, if you actually do need money for your rent, which is $700 or $800, he's like, well, why would I go from paying $200 a month or, $300 a month to jumping up to $800? Like, he's going to look at you like you're crazy, whether he has it or not. And if you all have any questions for me at all, be sure to leave them in the question box. But just be mindful, like, you don't have to cater to a man. You don't have to do anything special to make him do something for you. Like, literally, I've dated someone who didn't even want me to cook. Like, he loved cooking. So he paid all of my bills, down to my gas money, my miscellaneous, like, anything I wanted, and still cooked and waited on me hand and foot. And before I left his house that weekend, he would buy me groceries to take back to my place. So, like, these men exist. What's happening is you may actually be meeting men of higher stature, but when you go into it not expecting anything or saying like, oh yeah, I'm not that kind of woman that expects a man to do this and to do that, you just look cheap. You don't look like, oh, this is a good woman. No, you look cheap. And men don't like cheap, and men don't like free. Believe it or not. Dusties may pretend to like cheap and free, but I promise you, a man is as loyal as his options. So if he has more money to go get a gold digger or go get a high value woman, he's going to go get her. She looks better. She wants something out of life. I know not everybody can pull her because she has standards. And that's what really separates it out. Like my ex, he was so insecure, but he used to make jokes all the time like, oh, so you like him, so you do this, so you do that. And I'm like, look, why would I even entertain him and his girlfriend is paying half the bills? That would shut him right up. Provider man. Is there a look for a woman to get a provider man? You're saying it, does she have to look a certain way? And yeah, it's just uncouth. Like, don't let them play with you like that. If that man genuinely feels like you have to bring something to the table, or oh, you have to be able to do this, like if he expects you to work for him to do something for you, wrong man. Just classy, you know, like look expensive. Like men, even if I'm not like, well, I'm always wearing dresses and heels, but even like I said before I started dressing this way, I was always dressed like professionally. And so I had to stop wearing pants because I know that's not a good look for me. But men always said like, wow, you carry yourself to a higher standard, like you just look bougie. That's what they'd say, you look bougie. Because my nails were done, my hair was done, I always look well put together. So really just be as feminine as possible. Like the thing about dresses and heels is that men cannot wear dresses unless they're like a trans woman or something, right? So if you're wearing a dress, it's basically like you're showing a man that you really are resting in your feminine energy, and that's how you expect to be treated. And it also shows him that you're willing to allow him to lead. So you're less likely to be approached by dusties when you dress up, when you wear dresses, when you wear heels, when you wear makeup, because they don't know, you know, they're like, I don't want to approach her. You're welcome. And honestly, it's not that dusties won't approach you at all. Like I still have dusties speak to me. Like they'll say things like, oh, you look really nice today. Or the other day, like I was about to go live and this dusty was like, hey, you want me to take that picture for you? And it was so funny. Like I stopped the video and I still have it in my phone. I'll post it after this. But I stopped the video and I was like, sure. And so I just let him take my pictures, and I had a whole photo shoot in the parking lot. I wasn't even planning to take a picture, but men, like, they will basically lay down their lives for you. A guy in, I was literally at the store about to get like tissue and, what is that stuff called? Paper towel and stuff like that, like different toiletries and stuff for the house. And this lady was telling me like I was getting too many of the tissue and the paper towel, like there's a limit or something. And this man was like, I'll buy her stuff, just put it all together. Like he was trying to get out of the store and he's like, I got her. But if I was a man or I was a manly looking woman, you think he would have done that for me? No, absolutely not. And I have men that pay for my phone number too. So you can get whatever you want, okay? So don't let anybody lowball you. You just can't. Like, you have to have standards. You have to know what their role is. And if they're not prepared financially, mentally, whatever, if they're not prepared right now, like today, not later, not, oh, when I get this job, I'm going to, or if you just stick with me, no, we don't wait. We don't date men for potential. We don't do that because time is of the essence. Life is short. And essentially, I don't know, you know, if everyone here is planning on getting married, but I know I definitely want to be married. So I can't waste the best youthful years of my life on a dusty. It's not going to happen. It's just not. Okay. And if you don't believe that women are scorned, please go look at some of Pick Misha's Facebook statuses. Oh, all you women that don't suck your man's dick, I'd love to do it. I'll do da 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 da. And men are looking at them like, look at her, like she's disgusting, but I'll definitely have sex with her. I'll definitely allow her to give me head, pay for my meals, pay half the bills or all of them, move in with her, and he's going to stack his money and go get a high value woman like my followers, for instance, because we are what men truly want. This is what men are working towards and aspiring to get. You don't see wealthy men dating trash. You won't see it. They will sleep with trash, absolutely. But they do not want to marry trash, and they do not want to have children with trash, all right? So just keep that in mind, and still remember that regardless, you are the prize, and what makes you the prize is you knowing your worth, okay? So since you guys don't have any more questions, I will go ahead and end this. But please make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and put it in the comments. And I'll go ahead and upload this video for those of you who just got in so that you can see it on my channel. And it's Tired the Group. And then also, if you need some level up books, so one of them I would recommend for you, Tiffany, is The Art of Finesse. That talks about how to dress, what type of men to go for, the type of mindset you should have, you know, keeping your feelings intact, not like tripping over the small things and things of that nature. Because I think one of the things, hey Mira, I think one of the things that really gets in your way as a high value woman is just not remembering, like, certain things just don't matter, right? So when I see my man's phone, like, all right, this is my wallet, but just pretend like this is a phone. If I see his phone turned down, I'm not going to walk up and flip it over and ask him questions. Or if he's texting, I'm not going to ask who's on his phone, because I don't care. All right? And 9 times out of 10, if a man is fully providing for you, he has something to lose because he's investing in you. Women that men do not invest in, he doesn't have anything to lose by losing you. Wait, I have all 3. And being a stubborn friend of this lovely woman before you, her words help balance my emotions. Oh, all 3 books. You are a stubborn friend, but I love you so much. But thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And I really put a lot of time and energy into writing these books because I feel like we really don't know. Like, we're just moving into what we naturally feel, because as women we're just emotional. But what you have to remember is that you still have control over your emotions, and when you can control your emotions, men cannot control you. Okay? Amen. I would love to get your book. Sure. And the link to the book is going to be in my bio. So if you click the link, you go to shop, it'll have a icon there that says Level Up Books, and you'll be able to get The Art of Finesse. But The Art of Finesse is honestly my favorite because it just breaks it down completely. And it also talks about the benefits of dating older men. Older men are just more established. I know, like, I'm talking to this guy now. We barely talk, but he sends me money every month, like, no matter what, you know. So just do it. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. And you're never going to go back. Like, my sisters, they'll be like, are you really about to put on makeup and heels to go to Dollar Tree? Absolutely. I don't care what the occasion is. I went to Popeyes dressed like this, okay? And speaking of Popeyes, okay, so I was supposed to start my detox yesterday, but I swear, I don't know how I went to sleep, when I went to sleep. I just woke up in my bed and it was like 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, I forgot. So I'm gonna take it tonight, but you're welcome. After tonight, the detox will begin. Hey, passionate nature lover. So yes, you guys, please make sure you go subscribe to that YouTube channel. I'm gonna put it in the comments one more time for those of you who just got in, and I'll go ahead and upload this video to Tired the Group so that you can catch it if you're just now getting in. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.